What up, what up? Welcome to Early Access with Cohesive Friendship Unit. I'm your moderator, Chris, and I am here with Brian, Jake,
Hey guys.
and Jeremy.
Yo.
It's very underwhelming introducing you two after Brian.
You guys gotta get soundboards. Oh, that would be a shit show.
That
That's
would be
not
a
a good
mess.
idea.
That would be a mess. We're lucky we let you keep it. So, what's up with everybody?
I got
What's
the
been
flu.
good? Jake got the flu.
It sucks. I was gonna
I
say it's
got
great, but it's not. It sucks.
I got something cooler than the flu.
Tell me about it.
A scrotum transplant?
What
Nah,
what
you
is
guys
it
know.
that you got
It's-
that is so cool, Chris?
I bought a PS4 Pro.
Ooh.
So, to all of our viewers, we can now cover PS4 stuff.
I thought we were gonna raffle it off.
No, that's mine, dude.
It's a
Oh.
one-man raffle.
So what
Chris
are
is
we
the
raffling
winner.
off this week?
We are raffling off one garlic coin. If
Ooh.
anybody comments on this video, I will send them the first commenter a garlic.
Yeah, I was gonna say people are gonna be commenting on this video now.
Yeah.
We're gonna have like 3 comments. It's gonna
Yeah.
be blowing up.
What? That's gonna be more than we can handle.
It's gonna be nuts.
It's gonna
I
crash
know.
the servers.
Oh.
How are we gonna respond to each person? Yeah, no, I got a PS4. It was supposed to come to my house today, but I by accident, I don't even know how, but I said I wanted a signature, which was dumb, so it didn't come.
Why did you say you wanted a signature?
I don't think I did. I think it like defaulted to that. But anyways, now I have to go pick it up at a pharmacy tomorrow because I guess that's how UPS does their shit now.
Are you sure it was
interesting.
UPS?
Yeah,
Are you
no,
sure it
no,
wasn't like
No, UPS in the city,
AA1 UPS or something
no,
like that? Like
UPS in the city does this thing where if you miss it the first time, they like drop it off to a random like mom and pop shop, and you have to go get it. Like,
and they send you the address, but it's encrypted.
no, they just send you the address. It's not
Sounds
encrypted, dude. It's not sketchy. Yeah, but I just went to Best Buy tonight and I got some games, so I'm pretty hyped about that.
What'd you get?
I bought 4 games, which I was gonna get 6, but then I calmed myself. Jesus Christ. I pre-ordered the Shadow of the Colossus remake that comes out on the 6th, and then I bought The Last of Us, Until Dawn, and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Don't you already
There
have
we
The
go.
Last of Us?
I do on the PS3. You know what? That's fine. I got it again.
I'm
Treat
looking forward to
yourself.
hearing about Horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's probably well, I don't know. Anyways,
Are you gonna get Monster Hunter?
no, Jake. I'm gonna wait for that to come out on PC.
Oh, but it's so long. Have you seen any of the footage of that? I know it's been
I
out
have,
for like
dude.
a week now, less than
Yeah.
that. But
I've played demos of other Monster Hunters, and I did not get into it, but I'll admit this one looks pretty good. Okay, to me, Dragon's Dogma is like a better Monster Hunter.
I think it depends on what you're looking for, because I mean, they have similar mechanics, like the climbing on monsters kind of thing. But Monster Hunter is like you go on a monster, then you repeat, whereas Dragon's Dogma is an RPG.
Yeah, but you also go on monsters.
I think the Monster Hunter monsters are more interesting.
All right, whatever. Anyways, what have y'all
There's
been?
magic in Dragon's Dogma, so
That's so true. What have y'all been playing?
I've been playing that GARLICOIN game because
That's a fun game, dude.
I'm gonna be super rich. And
What is
Yeah.
that? Is that the Bitcoin Simulator 2018?
No, we're not gonna try to simulate Bitcoin right now, dude.
I thought that's
Yeah,
what the
dude.
Garlicoin game
No,
was.
dude. That shit. No.
So that's been burning up most of my GPU type resources doing that. I have been looking at the Lamborghini that I am going to get. I
Oh, yeah?
kind of like that the new one they came out with, the Huracan. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but that it's a good looking car. So once a couple of weeks, I think we'll be
I'm
hitting
going
Pick the
Tesla,
color.
dude. I'm going Tesla.
But anyway, so in the interim, I've been playing once again Simutrans, which I guess to go off of what Jake was saying is a game where you simulate transport, because the reason I've been playing that is because if Cold Waters will run on a potato, Simutrans will run on a dog turd. So it doesn't affect my hash rate whatsoever. I can play it for hours and hours and hours and not get too bored. And I'm making money while I'm doing it. So I'm happy.
That's the way it goes, man. That's the way it goes.
That's impressive.
What about you, Jake?
I picked up Warhammer End Times Vermintide a couple days ago, and I must say I bought it with some fresh GARLICOIN.
Did you really?
I did. I was very excited about that.
Did you buy it on the subreddit or did you?
I did. I bought it on the subreddit for 3 whole GARLICOINs.
That's pretty good, man.
And I've been loving it, actually. I was kind of surprised. I got it because I was like, man, I just want to use my GARLICOIN for something.
That's pretty cool.
I like Warhammer, so I got it, and it's pretty fantastic, actually.
So how do you feel knowing that you bought a game with what will be the cost of the down, or it's going to be the equivalent of the down payment of a house in about a month?
I mean, right now I'm okay with it, but you know, when it comes to a month from now, and I'm like, man, I could have got that house.
Yeah.
I'll be pretty mad, but
all right.
Hey, it's fun. I mean, it's like Left 4 Dead except newer and with Warhammer stuff, so it's cool.
It's not like turn-based? Like it doesn't mimic the tabletop gameplay?
No, it's like an exact...
it's like an action game.
It's an exact copy of Left 4 Dead. You get 4 characters. They have classes instead of just like everyone being the same. You go through a level fighting hordes of... Instead of zombies, it's Skaven. You have objectives. They have a ton more levels. So it's like... It's just a really good Left 4 Dead game.
That's cool.
If you wanted to spend your GARLICOIN, I would recommend picking it up. Or you could get it for $7.
I don't want to spend my GARLICOIN, dude. That's hard earned.
Yeah.
It is hard earned. It is hard earned. Jeremy?
I've been playing Nier Automata.
Hey.
Automata. Did I say that last week or no?
Nobody knows.
This is new?
No. You said you started it. I meant like nobody knows how to pronounce it.
Oh, okay. I'm significantly into it now. I'm done with my first playthrough, and I am on the second playthrough. I have achieved 4 unique endings to the game, 2 joke endings. Oh no, I guess 3 joke endings. I don't fucking know.
3 joke endings, yeah.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Yeah, it's pretty great. I like it a lot. It's excellent, actually. I really enjoy it.
Excellent.
It has some issues. The saving system is terrible. It's just terrible. It's inexcusable. There's no... it makes no fucking sense.
Well, you just have to go to a save station, right?
Yes, you have to find one of... I think there are 8 on my map, and you have to... I mean, you don't have to be there to save. You can quick save if you're within a certain range of one, but then if you die, you end up back at the save station, not where you were, but you also can't fast travel, except you could quick save and then just kill yourself, and it would bring you to the nearest save station, the one that you had quick saved to. It's a mess. We're not winning with the save system.
There's
in
so
Nier
many shortcuts,
Automata.
though. Like, why? I don't know. That never bothered me. But
No, it's stupid.
that's funny. I have like very different beefs with it, but
I mean, it's just so obvious to me. Like, it's so glaring. I don't die often, and yeah, there are shortcuts, and the map isn't huge. You can walk around it. It doesn't take that long, but like, there's just no need for it. It offers no advantages.
all right. So, what do you think of the music, though? Because I really liked the soundtrack, and I liked how it was able. Since you're on your second playthrough, you know a little bit more of this, but like I liked how it was able to kind of change on the fly.
I mean, it changes mostly on the area that you're in.
Well, no, like, so for instance, if you go into hacking, it changes to like a chiptune without skipping a beat.
Does it?
Yeah. It's the same song. And it's the same note.
I haven't noticed that. I'll have to like keep an ear out because that hadn't occurred to me. Because I have been trying to listen for the soundtrack because you kept talking about it. It has different soundtracks for different areas, and sometimes if you finish a quest, different music will play for a little while that kind of like relates to the mood of the quest, or a side quest, I should say. It's okay. I like, to be honest, it's kind of annoying because it's all in not English. I don't know if it's even in a language or if it's in a
It's not.
fictional language.
It's a fake language. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of obnoxious.
Kind
And
of
some of the singers are obnoxious, and one of them has like child singers, which is always obnoxious.
I hate
in
that.
the town. Well, I don't like. What's his face? God, why am I blanking on this?
Pascal.
I hate Pascal. He's a little piece of shit.
I
Dude.
like Pascal. He's a good
Fucking
guy.
hate him.
Oh, he's cute.
I didn't even know he was a guy until like
Yeah,
my
that's
fourth
also
playthrough.
It's pretty. It's
Pretty Japanese.
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty Japanese, and then I was like, maybe I won't. But it is. It's pretty Japanese. It has very strong that kind of JRPG flavor to it. Like the lead character 2B is like needlessly scantily clad.
Is she your waifu?
Dude, she's 9S's waifu, dude.
Well,
Dude, are
maybe.
you guys getting into that fucking anime shit?
I mean, it's kind of an anime game,
It's basically an anime. Yeah, it's pretty Japanese.
but it is also a great game.
It is really good. The story hasn't really taken off for you.
I'm not gonna
Where's-
quote the meme. I'm not gonna quote the meme.
No, Brian, you would hate this. So every
Yeah, you
10
would-
minutes
you
that I'm
would
playing
hate
it, I'm
this.
like, there is no game Brian would like less than this game.
Yeah,
pretty
you would
much.
hate this.
Because
But I
the
really
the title sounds interesting, and I saw you playing that, and I was like, oh, I wonder what that's all about. But
So Chris has talked about it a little bit. It like I would say 80% of the game, or maybe 75% of the game, is kind of like a hack and slash gameplay with like RPG elements. Like there are quests, there are side quests. It's pretty linear, but you have some kind of control over how you want the game to shape up. But there are also top-down shooter parts that are like classic arcade, like Space Invader shit, in like two different segments too.
It'll
One of them
also
actually.
just- Sorry, go ahead.
One of them plays more like that fucking game that not Asteroids. What's the one where you're the one that's made out of like light instead of the pixels?
That's Asteroids.
Oh, is it Asteroids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one part that kind of plays
Vector
like
graphics.
Asteroids. There's some
yeah,
yeah,
that's
vector
Asteroids.
graphics. There are parts that play that are like top down, I guess, combat, which is kind of weird, and there's side scrolling parts. It's pretty cool. It's a little wonky. Some of the transitions don't work too good.
There's some bullet hell-y kind of stuff too.
There is bullet hell parts, which is actually not too bad. That's not my favorite genre, but they pull it off pretty well.
It's cool that they do bullet hell like classically, like in the twin stick shooter top down mode, but they also do it like in your normal third person, like you don't see a lot of like bullet hell stuff in like a third person action game. But
Yeah.
they do a pretty good job.
This doesn't sound like a game that I would enjoy.
No,
You would not. And the plot is
It's off the fucking walls.
it's pretty off the wall. You're androids that there are humans on the moon that were chased off of Earth by invading aliens. The aliens made a robot army or something, supposedly to like wipe out the humans, and then the humans on Mars made androids to go kill the fucking robots. And then some bizarre shit happens like consistently. And there's a lot of like a big robot will pop up, and then 9S will be like, huh! And then the other girl will be like, huh! And then like there's just a lot of shit like that.
Yeah,
So you're the love child of Elon Musk and Watson, and you just have to save the world and the moon from aliens?
It's
sounds
more
like a good
it's
game.
very philosophical.
yeah. It's there's a lot of like metaphors and a lot of themes.
It's very philosophical because kind of the whole central thing is like you're these androids, so you're also robots basically, but you kind of like shit on the fucking machine robots, but the machine robots like pretty evidently have like feelings and emotions and consciousness, but you like fucking are slaughtering them all the time, so they're like, please no, don't kill me, and then you chop them up, and it's just very philosophical.
I liked the beginning of the second playthrough where the robot was trying to wake up his dead brother.
Right there.
Yeah. Anyways, neat
That was
game.
a long thing, but it's good.
When you do the third, fourth, and fifth endings, I think you'll have a lot more to say about it.
Yeah.
And you already had a lot to say about it.
Yeah.
So I'll go real quick because that was good. I wanted to do that. I've been continuing my Breath of the Wild quest in hard mode with my other stupid hard things that I've added to it, and I'm probably about halfway done. I've decided that is less playing a game and more a religious experience. So I'm going to leave it at that.
That's one of the most pathetic things I've ever heard.
Yeah,
If you'll excuse me, I'm sorry.
That's fine, dude. I'm just saying it like it is, you know. I'm just saying it.
All right,
you know?
all right.
That's just how I feel about it.
If you'll excuse me, that is the most pathetic thing I've ever heard. No offense.
It's beautiful. All right, let's hop into some news, shall we?
All right.
We shall.
All right.
We shall.
All right.
Let's do
All
it.
right.
Did you want to do your quick thing, Brian?
Oh yeah, beat.
That was my news sound, but I
I
pushed the
like
wrong
that
button
transition.
I
twice.
like that. That's good. Yeah.
So here's what I got. As some of you may know, there's a large foosball tournament going on in the United States this weekend. And for those of you that are international viewers that don't understand what foosball is, it's basically a game where you have a plastic field with a bunch of plastic men who are attached to metal rods, and you try to spin them around and kick a little. Well, you probably would know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it neither involves feet nor balls. They've done some predictions on two different video games, Madden 2018, as well as Tecmo Bowl. And going up in this 2018 Grand Foosball Tournament of the Year, we have our New England Don't Tread on Me and the Pennsylvania Vultures. We have Tecmo, I think, actually predicted that the Pennsylvania Vultures would win the competition by 16-10, but I think Madden 2018 was predicting a 24-20 win to the New England Don't Tread on Me. And apparently Madden has been right 20 out of 24 of these past foosball competitions. Disclaimer, I guess, I don't care about the Super Bowl at all. I just thought it was interesting that people are using Tecmo Bowl to try and predict what the outcome.
Tecmo Bowl is a very interesting one because of how old it is.
Right. And apparently they've brought it up to date with the players' stats and stuff like that. There's videos if you look for them. But that is the current prediction situation on the Grand Sporting event this weekend. I also think it's interesting that they give you a celebration in the middle of it to celebrate the fact that you're halfway done with the event. Because realistically, most of the people that are watching this, most of them, don't actually care about the sporting event. They care about the commercials.
Of the family,
and
it's the
meta,
drunk dads that care.
The drunk dads care about the actual foosball,
and everyone else.
Everybody else is watching it for the commercials and the "it's halfway done" celebration.
And to see their new TV.
That just blows my mind.
But does anybody think that Left Shark will be topped? To be fair, actually, real quick, I mean, yeah, the Patriots were in the Super Bowl last year.
You can't say that, dude. It's trademarked. I can't even say it on the radio.
Sorry, the Don't Tread on Me.
Is that true?
No, yeah, there's radio stations that can't say what the names of the teams competing in this competition are.
Crazy.
But New England was in the Super Bowl last year, but probably equally important. There was a Switch trailer that I watched the Super Bowl for, and it was 20 seconds. But I watched the Super Bowl for that 20-second trailer.
It wasn't everything you ever dreamed of.
It was, because it was a sign that Nintendo was going in the right direction for me. Plus, there was 2 seconds of Breath of the Wild footage I hadn't seen yet. All right, anyways, on to other news. Let's start with the Xbox Game Pass. So this was a recent announcement from Microsoft. The Game Pass has been out for a fair bit of time. And Jake, feel free if you want to jump in at any point because you posted this article. But basically, it's $9.99 a month. Retailers can also sell you, or they're working on getting retailers to sell you a card in 6-month increments. So that would be $60 every half year. And basically, it gives you 100 Xbox One and Xbox 360 games that you can just download and play to your heart's content. You don't have to have like one checked out at a time or whatever. You can just do it. And they recently announced that every upcoming first-party Microsoft game, every Microsoft exclusive title is going to be featured. That includes Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, Crackdown 3, Halo 6, presumably. Those are all going to be day one Game Pass games. So the implication is, yes, there is this Game Pass thing that has existed and has had some form of success. But now, day and date, you're going to be, if you have this Game Pass for $9.99, you can enjoy like Halo 6 the day it comes out.
As opposed to now when you can't.
Well, yeah, I mean
You have to
now,
buy 'em.
yeah. So like Halo 5 is on Game Pass at the moment, but Halo 5 came out a while ago. You know, this would be like if instead of having to buy the game day one, instead of having to drop that $60, if you're paying the $9.99 a month, or if you only want to play Halo 6 for a month, you just hop on that subscription.
That's true.
So, does anyone have any gut reactions before we talk about some retail resistance?
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
Like I never got the idea of like a game subscription service. Gamefly and stuff like that I can understand because it's kind of aimed at people that want to try out a bunch of different stuff. But Microsoft is there, so I assume if you no longer subscribe to this Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
You don't get access to the games anymore, correct?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The games that you so you're paying them money
Mhm.
for some new IPs, but mostly old IPs that you could just buy to own at net a significantly lower price. And I mean the feature, I guess you could call it, where you get the latest Microsoft exclusive games or games when they come out, that's really nice. But I just kind of see this as them milking IPs that or games, not necessarily
Yeah.
IPs, but games that aren't making them a whole lot of money anymore. Because
Yeah.
you know, how much is some of this stuff actually worth if you were to go
Very
out
little.
and buy a physical disc of it or even a download on Steam?
Yeah, I mean,
How
like
much is it
Xbox
worth?
360 games are,
They're not
Yeah.
worth anything.
yeah.
So paying even like if it was $2 or $3 a month, I would understand that. But then, you know, they're not going to be making any money off of putting those flagship release titles on there.
Do you have the same feeling on with Netflix and Spotify? Because that's essentially the same thing.
No, it's not. There's a
Yeah, there's a significant
the
difference.
time
I think.
investment is very different, and the way that you use video games is very different. So
Right,
Spotify, you're listening to songs in 3-4 minute increments. So like it's not like if you
Well-
stop your Spotify subscription service, fuck, like that song I can't
Yeah, you
listen
can
to
go.
it on.
You can
like,
go get it from somewhere else, or you.
and
can
you
just
also
listen
listens
the
to it
radio.
already. It's over. Like it's done. You listened to it 3 minutes
Well,
as many
no,
times
I
as you
mean,
want. You might go back to it. It's easy. Like.
So I would agree with you. I would agree with you, Jeremy, on your second point, not necessarily the first one. I think that music is one of those formats. Like, actually, I think there's a lot of parallels between music and video games. That it's something that's kind of dynamic. It's not necessarily the same thing every time you play it or every time you hear it. Even though,
Sure.
in a sense, it is very fixed.
No, I know what you're saying. It's interpretive.
Right. But you can't. A video, it's just different. It's not. I don't know what your second thing was.
Well, so
Netflix.
Yeah.
Netflix. So
I think that's even a worse
I
comparison.
don't know. Like, yeah, because Netflix it is exactly the same every time. And I mean, again, you could make the same argument, but you're not going to watch.
I see.
You're not
So
going to watch a video like
you're saying from
going
like a replay value or a re-enjoyment value, you get more out of a game. So you should own a game. Like you should own Fallout
right.
because you can play that multiple times. But
and get a
realistically, if you buy Inception, you're only going to watch it maybe 2 times ever.
Right, unless you're a huge fan of that
Yeah.
particular movie, in which
Yeah.
you're a huge fan and you'll
See,
pay for it.
even I think even if you're a huge fan, realistically you're probably not going to watch it more than like 3 times. And it's
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Uh,
but even,
I think even. Sorry, Jake, you go.
so even like replayability, like if we were to go through like your Steam history and look at your most recently played games, I think it would be hard to find any game where you've played more than like 100+ hours, at least more than a month.
Right.
You know, so even if you do play it a ton, you have. I mean, if you're paying $10 a month, all these games are probably about $60, so you could enjoy it for 6 months before it starts to be like until you start paying more money than what you would have just buying it.
So that was my initial reaction. So if you want to do this for a year, it's the cost of 2 brand new $60 games. Whether or not that's how you buy games, I know a lot of people don't
Well,
buy
it's
games.
console again, so I think it's a lot different than what we're used to
Yeah,
as well.
I mean, I just went to Best Buy and bought a bunch of games, so I kind of just felt something similar. But yeah, if the cost of 2 brand new games, my initial gut reaction was that's great for me. Like again, I just spent $100 at Best Buy buying games, so this would almost make up for that right off the bat. But yeah, I agree with what Jeremy and Brian were saying, where that was the flip side of the coin, where I also like to kind of collect my games. Like I have a lot of old games. I still have all my games from when I was a kid. If all the games that I had been playing were to suddenly go away when I cancel my subscription, that would suck. I'd be sad. I also don't like things digital, but
Yeah,
everyone does. So.
I agree. Brian said earlier that this is essentially just Xbox looking to get money for games that people have already technically bought.
Yeah.
Which is 100% true. But I mean, I like the idea. If it's trying to think of it as someone who owns a console would think of it. Like if you're going to buy 2 games a year, you've already made enough money. You've already gotten enough out of it to really justify it. Just like with Movie Pass, where we're like, if you go to a movie every month, you've already essentially paying for Movie Pass. So I think in kind of thinking in it that way, it's really good for console players, because I think it's hard to say anyone with a console is going to buy less than 2 games a year.
But
the discussion is really, are you going to buy 2 Xbox exclusives a year?
Well, it's
because
more
it's
than just
only
Xbox exclusives.
There is more,
others, but it's also all day one exclusives.
Yeah, so
day one exclusives, which are, I mean, realistically, Halo.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the other thing.
Gears,
Their exclusives scene has been very weak the past few years.
Which was like if and like even like the featured titles on their their website give you just a flavor of what. And I bet they're trying to diversify a little bit, but it gives you a flavor of the sort of thing that's going to be available through this. Halo 5 Guardians, okay, that's a big title. Gears of War, Injustice, Mad Max, those are all big titles. Zoo Tycoon Ultimate Animal Edition. Now, not just the regular Animal Edition, you get the Ultimate Animals, and that kangaroo on the front looks pretty ultimate. NBA Playgrounds, and Terraria, a title I'm not familiar with, but that could be big. Let's
just slow down real quick, though. Let's just slow down. Halo 5 Guardians, if you buy it from Microsoft right now, is $20.
Right.
Gears of War 4, okay, if you buy it from Microsoft, it's $40, but I would like to call it $30. So we're up to $50. If you buy Mad Max, it's like $5. Like these games are yes, day one, they are $60. But at the moment, the hot titles, the hot tickets, you could buy all of them.
Right. That's what I
own them forever.
And it's good if you're Microsoft, because a lot of the titles, particularly Xbox 360 titles, do they even still make Xbox 360 games, like new ones?
No, they don't.
So Microsoft doesn't see a cut of any of that.
Yeah,
so they're
GameStop
monetizing
is making all of that.
Because it's all resale, so they're monetizing something that right now is being sold. It's just they're not getting a cut of that money. If I was a console gamer, I would be interested. It probably depends a lot on how much you play a month. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And how you play games. Like for me, like I've played realistically like 3 games in the past year because I put like a fucking 100 hours into each of them.
Yeah.
So,
And you'd probably like to own them because you played so much of them that like you
one
could
of
probably
them I
see
might even
yourself.
play back.
You could probably see yourself at least checking it out in a few years when you want some nostalgia.
Yeah, that's possible. And like also realistically, I chose those games for a reason. There are games I have on Steam that I got for free, you know what I mean, that are fine games that I've heard of. That are the sorts of things I imagine might be included on a pass like this. But like I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna buy New Vegas because that's what I want to play, and I know I'm gonna put 100 hours into it, so let's not mess around with something I don't want to do. So I think it all just depends on the sort of gamer you are. I think it definitely is better for console than for PC. PC, I think, already has a lot of the benefit that is being brought over to console with this. So it could, I'm not as anti as Brian, but like I'm a little skeptical. We'll just say that.
Yeah,
Well-
I think they need to step up their exclusive game.
Which this doesn't seem to really.
Yeah,
hit.
like if this was a Sony thing, I
It
just
would
bought
be
my
it would be
PS4,
bananas.
I would be
Right.
on it so hard instead of having just spent the $100 I did on 3 games. I would have.
Right, but Sony's got a lot better exclusives.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Exactly.
if they had the exclusives, this could be really cool. But
So fingers crossed.
Well, that's why that's why they're doing it.
Here's-
But if they had the exclusives, they wouldn't do this. That's the whole point.
yeah,
Well, they would still get to monetize all their old games, and I mean, you
But they
only
wouldn't-
release so many exclusives in a year.
Sony actually does this where you can buy it's $20 a month, I believe, though. And you can play PlayStation 3, 2, and some 1 games on your PC. They are streamed.
Yeah, except those are streamed. These are downloaded. That's superior. And those also notably don't include first day exclusives because people actually want to buy Sony's first day exclusives, and there are many of them.
Yeah.
So they would lose money in that scenario.
By the same logic, you would also want to buy Sony's first day exclusive.
I would if I could.
yourself and own it. No, but like realistically, if Sony, the logic is they're popular, so people
Yeah.
want to buy them, then it's probably a game you should just buy, not rent.
Yeah, exactly.
Possible.
I mean, shit, I just bought a PS4 Pro for Shadow of the Colossus, so fuck me.
Which you already have. You bought 2 fucking games you already have.
Dude,
I mean-
chill out, man.
My big problem with this is to put it into perspective. My computer costs less than either a PS4 or an Xbox One, and I can take advantage of Humble Bundle and Steam sales and all that shit. So, like that's the fact that it's on console makes it even worse. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I think you have to
doesn't-
compare it to Xbox rather than PC.
Right.
Right, but it's almost like they're trying to implement a PC strategy on a con. I mean, that's effectively what they are trying to do. I guess that's kind of new for console, but you're ignoring PCs completely, which is not in this day and age something you can really do.
Yeah.
Because
I mean-
there are other options out there that are cheaper. Even if you want to do a subscription type service, you can do it on PC for less than, an X. It won't have the flash and
Well, you
know.
can't even get this on PC. It's just for Xbox.
Oh, they're Xbox exclusives.
Well, this is
Yeah.
an Xbox Game Pass. It's like we could not subscribe to this. It's just for Xbox.
Right, but I'm
users.
saying what I'm saying is you could get copies of that same game on PC and even play it with an Xbox controller if you're really that into it
That's true.
for less money.
Sometimes.
It-
Not all the games.
the game subscription thing does not make any sense to me at all.
Doesn't make any sense
That's-
at all. All right. Well, I think we've all gotten our points across. I'll make this quick. Some particularly Australian retailers are actually boycotting selling Xbox products because of this Game Pass, because they're saying if you're going to release your first-party exclusives on day one, that is effectively killing us. Because usually consoles are sold at close to a loss or at a loss for retailers. They really try to push software on you. And if you can just buy the Xbox at the retailer and then buy the Game Pass from Microsoft makes all the money. Does anyone have any thoughts on that?
That's a load of crap.
Oh shit!
I mean,
Jake's
come
not
on. We
into
were
it.
just talking about how no one cares about the Xbox exclusive, so it's not like they're making all their money selling the 2 exclusives that Microsoft released last year.
If I
Listen.
were to buy an X, which okay, no, never mind. I can't even start this. Microsoft is a fucking train wreck right now, so they're idiots. Is what's happening. But I'll stop talking.
But what I see happening is that within a couple of generations, I think consoles are going to go away from physical media. They're just going to come with a hard drive in them, and you'll download all of the games and stuff from the internet. So
Basically, do that anyway.
the retailers are going to get smacked eat right. So the retailers, they've already lost. You know, and you go into Walmart or whatever, and the cheapest Xbox game that you can buy is like $20, and I'm talking like some real shit tier garbage games.
Dude, I just bought some fantastic $20 games, but
No, but
we'll
it's
keep going.
well, I don't know. There's a huge markup on it for the retail already. That's the
Oh yeah,
point that I'm
yeah,
getting
no,
at.
that's true.
Is that their markup is so big, and this is a market that's kind of moved on to something else. I mean, not to say get over it and move on, but get over it and move on. You know, sell more TVs or washing machines or something like that that brick and mortar retail can actually do well. And this is a market that you haven't been doing well in, you know, for a little while, and you're not going to be doing any better. So just accept it and move on. I don't think
Well,
that.
they
I
have to
still don't
keep.
think it's a.
They
I
have to
still,
save face with the retailers because they have to sell the hardware somehow.
but they could sell the hardware through Amazon.
Yeah, you could
You
just
know,
order it.
there's other outlets. You could sell the hardware direct from their
I was
website.
gonna say
Microsoft could
they could
totally
distribute
manage that.
directly. Yeah.
And there
Right.
are Microsoft stores.
That's true.
Right, right. So the retailers, if you don't like it, I would just stop complaining. You know,
Or the
it's
retailers might stop selling at a loss.
right. If it's that bad for you, then just don't sell it. Let Microsoft sell it in their stores or sell it online and do the digital distribution, because that's the way things are going.
Survival of the fittest, man.
It's not survival of the fittest. It's knowing what you're good at. It's knowing what your business is capable of handling, and what you're better at than your competitors. And in terms of video games, yeah, when you were talking about the NES and the fucking Sega Genesis, where you had to buy cartridges, then retail was the only way to go. But that was 20 years ago. That was more than 20 years ago.
I was gonna say that N64 was 20 years ago, pal.
Dude, 2008 was 20 years ago. Why hasn't Obama
Yeah,
aged?
it was.
All right, Jake, do you want to talk about Anthem?
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say, but it was going to be, I think it was announced last E3, maybe, and it was set to be released in 2018, got pushed back to 2019. That's about all I know about it, but I don't think anyone's really that surprised. It was a hugely ambitious game.
Yeah, so I mean, it got pushed back, and I guess there's a lot. I guess this is like being thought of as BioWare's make or break title.
Right.
So they're taking time. Yeah, I mean, the
especially
2019
after
thing.
the
No
last
shit. No shit. That was everybody saw that. Everybody saw that coming.
one. Yeah.
I don't know. It's I am so over EA, and I'm so over BioWare after Mass Effect Andromeda and Star Wars Battlefront. I just I'm just so fucking done. Like,
Yeah. It's
I just do not give a shit.
Chris was particularly hurt by Mass Effect Andromeda.
I was.
I was pissed about it too. I mean, me and Chris
Big.
both loved that series.
We do.
And
Jake likes Dragon Age and all that shit. Like,
I did like Dragon Age.
no, I'm extremely over EA. I just do not care anymore. That game is smoke and mirrors. That trailer was fake news, dude.
I mean, that was 100% stage, but it did look fresh.
Anthem?
Yeah,
You know what else looked fresh? The 2015 No Man's Sky trailer, dude.
it did look fresh.
or the 2017 Star Wars Battlefront 2 game.
Also,
It
looked
did
yeah,
was garbage.
it's smoke and mirrors.
Yeah,
I
It's
don't
probably-
care.
yeah. I am not ready to be disappointed again. So
Yeah.
I'm glad they pushed it back to 2019.
No, I'm done hyping them up. Dude.
I think that's the frustrating thing is that press trailer at E3 was definitely just like, all right, we're gonna test the waters, hype it up, and see what people think, and then push it back because it's not even gonna be ready in 2018.
Like, did people forget? How like terrible every year has been with this company?
Yes.
They did, because they put a flashy fucking trailer out.
Yeah.
No,
I think a lot of people are skeptical of Anthem.
I hope so. EA is bad for the industry, dude.
Well, so this didn't make it into the official news rundown because it's not a big story, but I'll just throw it out there that Microsoft is rumored to be eyeing up EA and considering, trying to purchase it. So they
I would be okay
could be
with
a
that.
different situation in the future.
I would be okay with
Microsoft
that.
isn't a shit show enough.
Yeah. Well, Microsoft needs to.
It could fix their. It
Yeah.
could fix their fucking.
Yeah, I think that might be good.
There is a lot of talent at EA. It just has to be.
shit management.
It's yeah, and what is Microsoft?
Different kind of shit management.
Right, so you're combining shit management with a different kind of shit management.
Microsoft
Some
is the
people
sort
are
of
shit.
Microsoft management is like bumbling idiocy. EA management is like, that's an interesting game you have there. What if we just made it all
EA
focused on
management is
microtransactions?
is like conniving and like
Money.
slimy. So that's
All
gonna
right.
be a perfect combination. Bumbling and incompetent and slimy and conniving.
I'm over it. I'm just gonna throw out real quick just some good news. Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out in October. Just get that EA.
Yeah, but we can't play it, dude.
I have a PS4 Pro, dude. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm playing the
cheer
shit
for
out of
him.
that, man.
Don't cheer for that.
he's mad, dude. He's so mad. Yeah, no, we'll just get that nasty taste out of our mouths. But we're gonna talk about
tasty burger.
Nintendo.
Because what else do we do?
How could we
I was gonna say,
there's been no
Brian,
PUBG, so
I'm gonna say just one sentence about the Switch, and then we're over it. All right. Real quick.
Is the sentence the Switch is the dopest game console that will come out
it's
in
a
the 21st century?
experience, Brian. All right, it's a religious fucking experience. No, the Nintendo Switch has officially smashed the Wii U's lifetime sales. So
Smash the Wii U's like button. Well, I
Yeah.
mean that wasn't really hard, was it?
We're all
well,
surprised.
it's okay. It's still impressive.
it wasn't. It was very easy.
Okay, it was easy.
I smashed the
but-
Wii U's lifetime sales.
but
My mixtape has moved more fucking units than the Wii U's
no.
lifetime sales, dude.
So-
It's not even out yet.
Wow. Okay. So,
our YouTube channel hasn't.
So the numbers.
Not yet. It's gonna soon. It's halfway there, dude.
Press F.
The,
Leave an F in the comments, please.
get that crispy garlic point. No, I mean, beyond that, it is the fastest selling console in North America and Canada and somewhere else. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Good news about the Switch. But
America and Canada and somewhere else.
The one new console is the fastest.
no, I mean that's good. That's good.
Yeah, no,
Whatever.
being serious, that's impressive.
That's
They've
impressive.
sold a lot. They're outselling.
They are
PS4
selling a lot.
and Xbox One.
Yeah. So say yes,
Yeah, but
it did exceed the Wii U, but
the
yes,
PS4 and
it is doing it.
Xbox One have been out for how long?
No, on launch. On
No,
launch.
the launch. Yeah,
Oh,
they're outpacing PS4
sorry,
sales
on
at the
launch.
moment, day and date.
One of those is impressive. The other is also not impressive.
Yeah. The Xbox one's not that cool. Anyways, done with the Switch, Brian. Got it off our chest.
Got it off our chest.
So Mario Kart is coming to mobile phones before March of 2019. So
Is
probably
it going
like
to be one of those stupid tilty things?
It's gonna be
Like,
one of those
I
stupid
hate
cash
that. It's
grab
like
games.
it's like
all they did was
well,
send out
of
a
course,
tweet.
but like
We don't know what the play is gonna, what the gameplay is gonna be.
So we don't know anything about
I
it. They just
hope
tweeted.
I hope they at least have like I mean I won't buy it because virtual sticks are trash, but I hate those fucking tilty games. Like, we know there's an accelerometer in the phone. Like, it's 2018. Chill the fuck out.
Well, it'll definitely have tilt controls because
Well,
since
then
the Wii, they've all had tilt controls.
It's Nintendo. The Switch has tilt
what I'm saying, I
controls.
hope that they do a good virtual stick for people who do not like tilt controls, which I feel like is a lot of people.
I think there's a
It
fair
kinda
chance.
worked.
They did it with the Wii, and they did it with Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, and they did it with the Switch version. So yeah, I think there's a chance that they'll let you do manual control and tilt control.
I hope so, but I'm still not spending money on it.
Well,
Can you get the
it'll probably
Mercedes?
be free.
Can you get the? Can you get the?
The Mercedes,
Yeah, that you can get in the Wii U one,
hopefully, Brian.
the GLK or whatever it is.
Hopefully.
I absolutely hate that Nintendo's been putting out these mobile games because they're all classic mobile games where you can't really progress anywhere without paying. And I think like Animal Crossing was the peak of that, where it's just like
Yeah, Animal Crossing.
constant like time gates unless you
Yeah.
pay. So
Fire Emblem was pretty good though.
Fire Emblem is pretty good, and I played it for a while, and then I kind of hit that barrier, and I was like,
Yeah.
all right,
I think
So-
it's their most successful financial game,
yeah.
mobile game.
I mean, you at least in terms of Animal Crossing, you got to look at it. That was like a mobile game before cell phones existed. Like the older
Right.
one, it was like the same exact thing. You have to wait. You have to like tend to your crops or whatever the fuck you do.
You don't do that, but
No one
okay.
knows. No one's
but
ever
the-
actually played Animal Crossing.
You like
Oh,
collect
dude, I
fossils and
actually
shit.
have
I've
played
played-
Animal
yeah, I've played
Crossing.
Animal
You cut
Crossing.
down
Animal
trees and like,
and yet
but
he
it's
thinks
like
you tend to your crops.
no, you could plant shit, and if you didn't take care of it, you have to like go water it every day.
No,
And
that's
if you
Harvest
didn't water
Moon,
it,
dude.
it
It's
would-
Harvest Moon.
No, it
You
wasn't
gotta take
Harvest
care of
Moon.
your
You could do that.
town in Animal
No, dude, you
Crossing.
could do that in Animal Crossing too. What I'm saying is that was like it was like a proto mobile game. So for that to become a mobile game, I kind of understand.
Right,
Fire
it was,
Emblem,
like,
I've
perfect.
never played it, but
It
I've
works
never
really
played
well for mobile
Yeah.
It does.
because it's
Yeah.
turn-based. It's turn-based.
I
It's
mean,
Pokemon,
like,
so-
other games are pretty fun on mobile. I just hate that they're cash grabs. Like
I
every
actually
mobile
liked
game.
Mario Run a lot.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
actually
saying they're
kind of
not
like
fun,
that as well.
but
It's fun until you've played it like a couple times, and then you're like, "Am I gonna pay $10 to keep playing this for
Yeah, that didn't work out for them. That
So
one
it was
didn't-
fun for like a week, and then I deleted it.
Yeah. So this is interesting. Everyone was like clamoring. Everyone was like, Nintendo needs to start making mobile games. This was when the Wii U was shit in the bed, probably in like 2014, 2015. And all of a sudden they started doing it, and I feel like the reaction has not been as strong.
I think what people wanted was for Nintendo to like make a Pokemon game or even a Fire Emblem game or some like full game
yes.
for mobile that you would pay like $10 for, but it was a full, mobile game, like an old school Game Boy game that you could put 30, 40 hours into. Like I would pay $10 for a new Pokemon game on my phone. I would pay $30 for a new Pokemon game on my phone. I'm not going to pay $10 to play 13 or 15 hours of Mario Run.
How much would you pay for the Labo set, though?
No dollars.
So
I have
I
like
don't
3 or
know.
4 Lego sets in my recycling right now, dude.
There's a couple of problems I have with that. One is part of the appeal, at least with like something like Pokemon, where you're putting a lot of time into it, is actually like holding a video game console and pushing the buttons. And I know like it doesn't sound like a lot, but if you play an emulator for a few hours,
It's not as fun.
it's nowhere near as fun, and you would get sick of it because at least I do, because there's no, like, you're expecting that tactile feedback and you just don't get it, and it doesn't live up to what you're expecting.
That's exactly why I made my Raspberry Pi emulator work with first-party controllers.
But you don't have a Raspberry Pi with you at work when you're supposed to be working. You do have your iPhone or your Samsung phone. You know what I
Right,
mean?
but you're also not going to sit down and play 4.5 hours of Pokemon while you're supposed to be working, or else you're going to get fired.
I might play a half hour of Pokemon.
I don't know. Well, okay, maybe it's the kind of jobs I'm looking at, but no, I get what you're saying. But the other thing is that, like, I actually kind of agree with the people that were saying that Nintendo should get into mobile games, but I think that the problem was the execution.
Yeah.
If you think about, even if you look at Pokemon Go, like for a month or so, everybody was doing that. It died out pretty quick because it was crap, but everybody was doing that. So Nintendo has, what I'm saying is, Nintendo has the potential, the hype potential, to make a mobile game that people will actually want to play. The problem is, I don't think they've given it to the right people to develop yet.
Yeah.
I think that they need to keep it a little bit closer to the vest and make something, maybe not necessarily a Nintendo first-party thing, but use one of their devs that's closer to them instead of one of these unknowns. Well, there's first-party, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Like an A-tier team.
Right. Like Game Freak,
Miyamoto
Cal, or something like that. Like someone who works with Nintendo very closely and knows kind of what they're about, what their aesthetic is, I guess you could say, and knows how to translate that into a mobile game. Because
so you're saying an AR Mario Kart game where you actually drive your car with your phone in the car and you like smash into people.
I'd buy that.
Would they be paying the liabilities?
Microtransactions, dude. It's like insurance.
I would have a lot of microtransactions, put it that way.
No, but I do think this particular game's saving grace, and I think Animal Crossing kind of botched this idea, but I think this particular game's saving grace, being Mario Kart, could be local and or remote multiplayer. I think Mario Kart's a great game to do with friends, and I think this could be a fun way. Like if Jeremy and I were hanging out, or we were all hanging out, and we were like, oh, okay, let's throw down Mario Kart. Like I think that could be where this game works in the long term for me.
To kind of go back to Pokemon, I guess. Try doing something more like, you remember those wireless adapters that came out with
Fire Red and Leaf
Green and all that, and there was like a lobby and stuff like that you could trade with random people. Make the games more like that, because in order to participate in that environment, people have already bought the game, and they're willing to pay kind of what Jeremy was saying. They're willing to pay a little bit more up front for an experience that's more social, I guess you could say. It's a little bit more immersive, and it's, more importantly for me at least, not trying to constantly nickel and dime you.
Yeah. Before we shift to another Nintendo thing, I just want to hit you hard. Fire Red and Leaf Green are over 14 years old now.
So I don't have to kill myself for another year?
Oh,
damn.
Yeah. So
that's hard, dude. That's
I know.
hard to take.
I'm sorry about that.
That's hard to take, because when I
happened a few
revolutionary.
Yeah.
They introduced bases, didn't they? You could like get your own like little
secret base, dude.
Secret base, and you could customize it and stuff.
But
yeah, that was Crystal. No, not Crystal and Sapphire. That was Ruby and
Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah. And Emerald.
Regardless, that was 14 years ago when you were doing that. But so the last Nintendo topic is it is confirmed that there's a Mario movie in development.
Oh no.
Brian.
The next Assassin's Creed movie.
Brian's gonna love this. Brian, who do you think is making the movie?
He's gonna know.
It's not Nintendo. It's a film studio.
Yep.
That makes animated movies.
You can just say like a movie that they've done.
Yeah.
Is it DreamWorks?
No.
Is it one of those anime ones? Is it the people that did Spirited Away?
That would be awesome.
I don't know.
Do you
I don't watch a lot of
Minions, dude.
Movies of 2018.
Minions, dude.
Oh, is it?
It's Minions, dude. It's the fucking Minions.
It's Illumination.
DreamWorks.
No, it's Illumination Studios.
It's the same fucking thing.
It's not. It's a totally different company, but.
So it's gonna be like the Super Mario Brothers Super Show all over again, because they didn't fucking learn their lesson from.
Also, the Super Mario movie was pretty trash.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm very curious how that's gonna go down.
It's gonna bomb and fail and bomb and fail.
Well,
I mean,
Detective-
there's never
actually
been
make
a
money.
successful video game movie.
So that's
World of
also true. So
Warcraft, Assassin's Creed.
okay,
Most
Tomb
recent
Raider was
ones.
pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Pokemon
Warcraft.
the movie.
Was Tomb Raider
Pokemon
a game
2000.
or
Oh,
a
so
movie
true.
first, though?
Tomb Raider was
Game.
a movie second, game first.
Okay.
But wait, real quick. This is actually the second. I guess Game Freak technically owns, or there's a different parent company that technically owns Pokemon, not Nintendo. But Detective Pikachu is also in the works
Ooh.
with Ryan Reynolds voicing Pikachu.
What?
Should have been Danny DeVito.
Should have been, yes, but it is now. So there's basically 2 Nintendo movies in the works.
Except one sounds dope.
I would totally go see a movie that was Pikachu voiced by Danny DeVito. That would be
That'd be
fucking
awesome.
hilarious.
We all tried.
Well, no, but the animated fluffy creature movies are big nowadays. They're making a Peter
Yeah.
Rabbit movie. There's the Paddington one. They could. I don't know. I would totally watch that. A new take on Pikachu and the Pokemon universe for people that played it when they were kids, but are now in their like mid to late 20s
Do some
or
drugs.
30s. You know,
Um,
hanging out under the bridge with Duncan and the guys.
I would enjoy that very much.
would you like an egg in these trying times?
It's a jumping off point, dude.
So I guess my biggest thing is my biggest like make or break. I mean, there's a lot of make or break, but I think the animation style that they tend to do is a pretty solid fit. If you had to make a fit and you were being realistic, I think my biggest like potential is we just all saw a picture of Detective. My biggest potential qualm is Mario going to speak in like complete like I think there
That's
should be
what I
very
was
little dialogue
Yeah.
in this movie, if any.
That's a
Like,
good
who's
point.
gonna talk?
There shouldn't be any dialogue.
Nintendo characters don't talk.
No, what they should do is like the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga where they just went like
Yeah, exactly.
Like Minions?
like an actual language.
Just like Minions.
Well, I mean that's probably what they'll do. Keep costs down.
That's
you know?
gonna be so fucking
You know
obnoxious for a whole movie, though.
Dude, like I said, they've never done that well with this.
I bet it'll make a lot of money.
Oh,
Mario was a lot bigger in like the 80s and the 90s when they were first trying this. I don't know how well this is gonna go.
All right. Any last thoughts on this? Well,
I'm excited for Detective Pikachu now.
same.
Miyazaki should make a Pokemon movie.
Miyazaki should make a Zelda movie.
That would probably be better.
All right. Anyways, Brian, do you have any thoughts?
Any thoughts? Any like parting thoughts?
Yeah, any like,
Parting
thoughts?
Well, obviously we've been trying to get you guys to direct some of that attention to our like button here. I'm not going to look at that because I know I'm going to start laughing. And we were hoping that you could just make sure that you give that like button a nice motherfucking smash this week. Obliterate it, destroy it, decimate it, whatever you want. And also, if you're one of our international viewers and you'd like to leave us a comment, we'd really appreciate that. Personally, I think that's kind of cool that people are listening to our dribble in other countries. So if you're listening to us abroad, even if you're in Canada or Mexico, let us know.
All right, guys. Once again, if anybody comments, I will give them a garlic coin.
Dang.
But let us know what you think about Microsoft Game Pass, about the Nintendo movies, about Mario Kart Mobile, any of the stuff. We'll catch you guys next week. See ya.